It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and our focus is on the Lions' electric quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Lions and the Dolphins on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. Now O'Connell.
Short throw to Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. On first down, back to Achane.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expect it to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Back to the ground, Achane.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. To throw here, O'Connell.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Lions are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. This a 2nd and 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's O'Connell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw, O'Connell. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession.
He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season, and if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Another run for Gibbs here. 16 more on that one and another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
On play action, they'll throw. That is caught. It's Williams. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A nice throw from the third-round pick. It gets him a first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back to throw.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans. And then on Monday night, folks, you are in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Bucks. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Lions to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, first and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Rolling to his right.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Gibbs straight ahead. 118 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Connell now to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
Campbell making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Throwing, O'Connell.
And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And once again, O'Connell back to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's O'Connell. Another catch there for Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. Now O'Connell. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of it.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Detroit, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.